Well, my torch has arrived. This is oxygen and gas. Turn your gas on, turn your oxygen on. Different size tips which screw onto the end here. It's a decent bit of kit, but I still haven't got an oxygen cylinder or a propane cylinder, and they seem a bit painful to get hold of. Obviously it's not something that I'm going to be using a lot of. I don't want a monthly subscription to hire a cylinder. I just want to outright buy something, and so I've yet to discover how I'm going to manage to get hold of those. I have made a little bit more progress this morning. Just using my normal torch, I soldered that onto the back. Made a bit of a pig's ear of it at first. I wanted a bit of extra metal so that the movement clips in. So I soldered a piece on there, and I hollowed out the back so that it clips in underneath. That was alright, except that I did it on the wrong side of the bezel because the stem hole was on the wrong side. I've now ground it off, put another piece of metal on there with hard solder, and I figured that there's not going to be any more soldering done to this, so I just used easy solder, which my torch is capable of. There's that cut on my finger. It doesn't look like much, but it's pretty deep. Anyway, so the next step will be, I've got a pickle machine coming. I want to pickle these things. It gets rid of all the discoloration. But it doesn't really matter too much. There's not going to be any more soldering done to this, and the back side of this isn't going to be seen. It would be nice to clean it up a little bit. The front side is going to be the dial. This I'm going to buff, so it will clean up, and I'm going to leave it like a matted finish on the front, but on top of that is going to go this one there on the top, and I'm going to drill holes through so that they line up perfectly before removing excess material from this and excess material from that. And funnily enough, once I soldered this, it must have misshapen slightly because it didn't want to sit in this flush, but I've now rectified that so that fits perfectly in there, and that has a hole cut out for the stem to come through, so you can see daylight through there. That's where the stem goes, and so the movement's going to pop in there, hands are going to come out of here. The buffing process might be useful because maybe this material is slightly thick. It's 0.5mm, and the standard dial thickness, I'm told, is 0.4 millimeters. So a bit of buffing on the front won't hurt that. And then that is going to sit on top of a 0.5mm thick material, and with a 2mm thick material on the top. That's going to be the piece which slides in and out of the 18 karat case that I'm going to make. I need to know the thickness of this precisely before I add the sidewalls to my 18 karat case, because I'm not going to sign the dial, I'm going to sign the material at the side, and I need to do this before I solder it together. And the way I'm going to put my name along the side of it is using a fret saw, and that's going to go between two pieces of 18 karat yellow, and once I've soldered it I can't get my fret saw to do what I want it to do, so I have to work this all out in advance. And so that's it so far today.